If we're not at a Disney park, we're dreaming about being there, and a cup of Joffrey's Coffee Disney Blend helps. But what about when you're at a Disney park? The Joffrey's Disney Kiosk and Restaurant Locator will make sure you never miss out, whether it's a cool drink on a hot summer vacation or a great cup of coffee at a Disney signature restaurant. Joffrey's has you covered. Check it out at Joffreys.com.
Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas. To our new passengers, aloha and welcome aboard.
Hey everyone, thanks for joining us. I'm Tim Scott.
I'm Bob Collar.
This is ResortLoop.com. This is number yada yada yada.
649.
Wow.
If anybody out there in Looper Nation is keeping track. 649. Almost 650 shows. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I know. Incredible.
The things we will do for attention, Tim. We just want a little attention, that's all.
That's it.
Yeah.
There's no big secret behind all this.
we don't ask for much.
No.
Just give us some attention.
Please.
Anyway, Tim, speaking of attention.
Yes.
We've got another iTunes review to read.
Nice.
This is from Majin Tyler.
Oh, hang on. That's Majin on the phone.
Oh, that's Majin right there. So apparently after Majin got done talking to you on the phone, Majin says...
Her ears were burning.
Must listen is the title of this one. Customer review. We don't have customers. I don't know why they call it a customer rating, customer review. I don't understand that.
That's what it is.
You know, listener review, anyway. Go. Looper. We gotta change that. See if we can get Steve Jobs on that. Anyway.
Wow, good luck.
Maybe not. I don't know.
I'm pretty sure.
Anyway. This is what Majin says. These guys deliver every single show. 649 shows, Majin. Are you sure? Their delivery and comedic timing is perfect. Wait a minute. Am I reading the right one? Hang on. Wait a minute. Yeah. This is really just a fun listen for anyone who wants to hear people talk about all things Disney. Resort Loop is a must-listen every time. Great topics and chemistry, and the listener interaction is like none other. 5 stars. So, Majin, thank you so much. We really appreciate that.
We do. That's awesome.
And he's right.
Was that?
Or she.
She. I was wondering if it was Megan, but I don't know. I know it's spelled Majin.
M-A-J-I-N.
Right.
Majin.
Maybe it's Mahin.
I mispronounce a lot of things.
Yes, you do. Oh.
But, Majin is exactly right.
Yes, she is.
The listener interaction.
And timing.
What?
Oh.
The listener interaction is like none other. There, I got it in before you
interrupted
me. Because we love to talk with Looper Nation. We love getting the feedback from,
yes, we do.
From folks like Majin. and this show is all about the interaction with Looper Nation.
Yes, it is.
We put out a little while ago on all our social medias. We wanted to know, what Disney resort is your favorite to walk around at night?
Yes, this is one you came up with.
There's just nothing like, after a long day at the park, you're tired, and I know a lot of people like to just go back to their room and kind of just relax, crash, get one of those cardboard pizzas that they can deliver to the room.
Disguised as cardboard.
Little sauce on it. Who's going to know?
You're hungry. You're tired.
You're hungry. They're starving over there. Anyway, there's nothing like walking through your resort. It's not very crowded typically.
Right.
It's nighttime. The lighting is perfect. The music's playing.
Maybe some nature sounds.
Maybe some nature sounds. It's fantastic. So I was kind of shocked. I was shocked not so much at the ones that were mentioned, but some of the ones that were not mentioned.
Oh.
And we're going to get to that because this is a two-parter. Because Looper Nation, they come through for us every time.
They were vocal on this one.
They were very vocal on this one.
Love
so why don't you start us off, Tim?
I'll start us off with Rob Shumway. He said during
Rob, we know Rob.
We know Rob.
He was at the Looper Meet.
Absolutely, he was. He says during Christmas time, the campgrounds are awesome. People go all out. Heck, even the golf carts.
Absolutely. We've talked about that many times.
We have.
Camp, and really, the campgrounds are nice even when it's not Christmas time.
No, Fort Wilderness is beautiful.
Oh, forget about it.
Absolutely.
David Wickham says, definitely walking around the Poly.
Oh.
Any walk that can start or end with a Dole Whip is the best kind of walk.
Right, with tiki torches. How can you go wrong?
Exactly.
Fire in the air.
And a beautiful blocked view of the Cinderella's castle.
Oh, wow.
I'm not letting that go.
Wow. And the lava rock inspired sidewalks.
Oh. And the empty lobby now. Anyway.
Wow.
No, I do like the new lobby.
Yes, you do. Jim McNair says, this is a tie for me, and I will admit my choices are pretty obvious, but I can't help but love the Wilderness Campground at night. During the holiday season, many of the campers go all out to decorate their site, rivaling decorations I've seen on homes in our area. Also, for much of the rest of the year, the boardwalk is amazing. Filled with food, drinks, and games, Disney's Boardwalk Resort is a perfect place to spend an evening.
I'm not arguing with any of those, Jim.
How can you?
Stephanie Lawrence White says, the Poly for sure. The tiki torches all lit up make it feel like a tropical paradise.
Yes.
And the view of Cinderella's castle gives me all the feels.
Oh, she's staying in the bungalows.
Until they have the gondolas go from the bungalows to Magic Kingdom.
Straight across the water, just right in front of the castle.
Ruin it all. No.
The gondolas will actually go right through the middle of the castle and drop you off right in the middle of the castle. And there's your April 1st news show for 2020.
We've started early.
Oh, Stephanie Lawrence White. Oh, I'm sorry. We just read Stephanie's. I'm sorry. Sydney Jane Seeger says, I love walking on the path along the river at Port Orleans French Quarter. It's not crammed with people and it just feels so peaceful. It's one of my favorite things to do, to wind down after a long day at the parks surrounded by people. Get out of my bubble. Oh, I threw that in there. She did not say that. But the Fort Wilderness campgrounds during the holidays would be a very close second. We took a carriage ride there on our honeymoon on December of 2016, and it was magical. And then she heard from a good friend of the show, Moina Wagner, said, I love starting my morning weekend up there. And Sydney responded, Moina Wagner mornings too. When the mist is over the water and the sun is just peeking up, it's so beautiful.
There you go.
Oh, it's like a promotional video there from Disney when it starts doing that kind of thing.
Oh, absolutely. And that leads us to our next topic. What's the best resort in the morning? No, I'm kidding. We're not.
Let's get this one done.
We're done. Anyway. And then Monina carries on with who's back at the resorts at night? Why aren't they in the park for the extra magic hours? Little winky face. She says, P.S. I'd pick Boardwalk. I can't go from full-on giddiness in the park and then quiet and calm. A lot of people can't do that. They can't just, decompress that quick. Monina says, she says, still need a little excitement before heading back to the room.
Okay, a little decompression. She doesn't want to get the bends getting back to the hotel room. A little time and space in there.
The Boardwalk will definitely do that for you.
Yeah, well, it's always kind of alive over there. It's very nice. Barbara Holloway Hamilton says, love everything about the Polynesian. Tiki torches, music, hearing the Magic Kingdom sounds, palm trees swaying. Take me there now.
Oh,
okay, Barbara,
absolutely.
Let's go.
Let's go, Barbara.
Let's go.
We're all meeting there in about an hour. Let's go. Katie Swanson says, what do you consider night? My family's usually in our room by 6 or 7. So no wandering for us. Oh, Katie.
Katie, you need to offer to go get the pizza and walk around the grounds as you're picking it up.
Absolutely. You gotta try it. You just gotta, Keep the kids awake a little bit longer. Take a little stroll.
There you go.
You'll love it.
It's a life changer while you're on vacation.
Absolutely.
Katie Forsyth says, Port Orleans French Quarter. Love how peaceful and secluded it feels. Love the jazz music. Love walking around the Sassagoula River. It feels like you're worlds away from the crowds at Walt Disney World.
And I think that's the key. That's the key to being at the resort at night. Maybe before, the parks let out, where you can just relax and you kind of have it to yourself and you feel, you kind of decompress, as we said. Sandy Lopez says the boardwalk, my favorite resort, but also the path along the Epcot resorts heading up to Epcot is a beautiful walk, especially at sunset.
Mm-hmm.
And going to the International Gateway.
Yes.
That will be now blocked by gondolas. It's going to be beautiful. Beautiful. Dee Dee Herring says, Sandy Lopez, great point. I never think of the boardwalk for these, but the lights reflecting off the water and the ambiance is just great. And then Sandy says, Dee Dee, it is so pretty along that walk. It feels like you're at a different place entirely. And here's the thing. And you and I have experienced this. Being on the boardwalk at night, looking at the beach and yacht club.
Oh,
that is fantastic. I mean, you're enjoying the boardwalk.
Right.
But then being able to see the yacht and beach club across the water with the reflections and then the boats go by.
Oh, the friendship boats. Yes.
Come on.
Forget about it.
Forget about it.
Don't forget about it. It's too beautiful to forget. Katie Marie says, I love walking in the area around Crescent Lake. Oh, I agree.
There you go.
Walking from the back of World Showcase onto the boardwalk and enjoying a leisurely stroll and then onto the sandy beaches outside the yacht club and beach club. Sitting in a hammock and taking in the beauty of the entire space is something that immediately takes my stress away and reminds me how lucky I am to be in my laughing place.
There you go.
Katie, that is awesome. We can thank Mr. Michael Eisner for that whole area, actually.
Yeah.
Love it. Love it.
I tell you, I mean, he did an awful lot for the parks and for all of us Disney fans.
Yeah.
And at first. Christopher Stank says, for me, it is the boardwalk. Seeing the shows on the boardwalk is a great way to pass time, especially Chris, who gets the kids involved. I also love timing to see and hear illuminations over the trees of France.
Yes.
How about that?
I love that.
That's a good place to watch illuminations, or will have been a good place to watch illuminations.
Watch out for the gondola crossing signs. Rachel Barnes says, I'm going to do something that most people wouldn't understand, but really love, walking around the Contemporary Resort at night. Yeah. I get that.
Yeah.
Walking along the path by Bay Lake in the Garden Wing is super calming, and you're also close enough to get a good view of the fireworks, and once the fireworks are over, you can see the electrical water pageant. It's not as popular for evening walking, and I think that's why I like it so much.
There you go.
That's fantastic. Again, you're getting away from some crowds, maybe seeing a different perspective on some hotels or walkways or shows that you wouldn't see before. Love it.
Absolutely. And you and I both know, we've talked about this many times. Disney, the detail in the Disney resorts, the detail in everything that Disney does, the Imagineers do, is sometimes you need to, there's a reason there's a walkway there, and you can get a different perspective of that resort because of where that walkway happens to wrap around.
Right.
So take those, off the beaten path guys. There's a reason they're there and they want you to see it. So pay attention.
Unless it says cast member only, feel free to go.
Right, right, exactly. Exactly. Or alligators stay out.
Well, then there's that.
Don't do that one. Joe Rico says, while there's not a ton of real estate to walk around, I love going out on the savannah viewing decks of the Animal Kingdom Lodge.
That qualifies.
Watching the animals at night and sitting in a rocking chair around the outdoor fire is a great way to unwind after a long park day. Absolutely.
Oh, I love it. Let's hear. Brooke Reynolds says, Fort Wilderness Campground. There was always bustling activity after the fireworks and boat show. People walking back from the beach. I also love being able to take my dogs for a walk at night. Great thing about the campground is I'm able to bring my dogs.
Absolutely.
There you go.
And one of the other great things about the campground, there's no mosquitoes. How do they do that?
It's magic.
It's that Disney bubble. Keeping the mosquitoes out.
And all that Spanish moss almost looks real. It's fantastic over there.
Almost, yeah, doesn't it though? The trees, they look so real. Hannah Nolte says, I love the Animal Kingdom Lodge at night, sitting around the fire, listening to African music and seeing the animals if they're still out on the savannah. But I also love the Polynesian at night too. Tiki torches, Hawaiian, South Pacific music playing, palm trees swaying, watching the Magic Kingdom fireworks on the beach. Of course, all of that after eating at Ohana's and doing a little shopping.
That's like an entire vacation right there. That's fantastic.
Exactly.
A good friend, Margot Mead.
Margot,
she says, we enjoy coming out of Epcot after Illuminations and walking along the boardwalk as we head back to our room. Always something going on, but not too much. And her second choice would be the Poly.
Are you noticing a theme here?
I am. And I love that theme.
Absolutely. We're going to have the number one, at the end of the second part of this.
Right.
Right. I think you guys are starting to see a little theming
a little
going
pattern.
on. Dee Dee Herring says, I'm going to say both Port Orleans resorts in Riverside, the mansions alongside the waterways are just gorgeous. For French Quarter, I love the decor, and it just begs for a nighttime walk with the lighting and background music. And Marlene Jenkowitz says, I agree with Port Orleans Riverside. I also like to walk around the Epcot resorts. Beautiful lighting.
Oh, yes.
Again, the Imagineers have thought of everything, even at night.
Yeah, they have. And we say it about the parks all the time. Night at the time in the parks, they're totally different. Same thing with the resorts.
Yep, absolutely.
So take some time and enjoy that. Brooke Davies says, I have a couple. One would be walking from Port Orleans Riverside, beside the river, to the French Quarter. It's so relaxing and everything is so calm. But my all-time favorite is the boardwalk. There is fun and games and ice cream at the boardwalk. And then you can just leisurely stroll around the lake, through the yacht club and the beach club. I'll throw in where there's more ice cream. There's a bridge right before you get to the back of Epcot, and it's a great place to watch the fireworks going on in the park. And if you need a break from all the walking, there's a beach at the beach club that is perfect for relaxing and just taking it slow at Disney. Putting your toes in the sand at the end of the day feels pretty perfect. She has a side note. Love the show, Bob and Tim. Keep up the great work. Oh, thank you, Brooke.
Thank you so much.
Wow.
Appreciate that. Yeah, we forget about, you think about Illuminations, but sometimes you can catch the fireworks over at the studios as well.
Wow.
From the boardwalk. So. Yeah. Dorothy Wright Quinton says, taking the ferry after park closes back to the Poly and the quiet, torchlit walk back to our room after another magical day in the Magic Kingdom.
Yes.
Man, I want to do that right
now. Janet Fraser Sala says, I love walking around the Polynesian in the evening for extended walks. Taking the path along the wake all the way to the Grand Floridian is ideal. There are lots of stops along the way too. Trader Sam's, Bisner's, Citricos, and Tambu Lounge. I'm getting an idea what those stops are. She's not dehydrating on the way is what I'm picking up.
Okay, we'll call it hydrating. Some people call it a monorail crawl. It's hydrating. Nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong at all.
Monica Rodriguez Pinto says, Coronado. Oh, by the way, they're getting ready to have a big celebration over at Mouse in Our House.
Yeah, they are.
How about that?
I love it.
Monica says, Coronado Springs with the music, the fountains, the different buildings, all of the lush landscaping and looking out over the lake.
Oh, yeah.
Now, you just got back from Coronado Springs. What was that like?
It was beautiful. Monica nailed it.
Yeah. Now, the behemoth doesn't take away from it.
Well, it wasn't quite done yet, but I don't think it will.
Okay.
I'll be honest. I think it's going to fit in there. I think it's going to fit in like a glove.
I don't trust your judgment, but we'll see.
Most people don't. You're a wise man. Let's see. Scott Danziger. Hey, Scott. He said, one of my favorites would have to be the boardwalk. You have all the street entertainers, street entertainers Epcot to one side, Hollywood Studios is on the other, so you can generally catch the fireworks show from one or both. And if you're lucky, the great atmosphere being around the lake and on the boardwalk without having to worry about any pickpockets. Wow.
I don't want to know what kind of boardwalks Scott's hanging out on. That there's pickpockets.
It must sound like a Monopoly board, I'm guessing. I don't know.
I don't know. Makes me a little nervous.
I love that.
About that down over there. Anyway, Brad Coates says, we know Brad.
We do know Brad.
Do we?
I think we do.
Brad says, think I would give the nod to Boardwalk. But Animal Kingdom also holds a special inner place in our hearts. Animal viewing with night goggles is pretty cool.
That is cool.
I've never done that.
Oh, it's like your Delta Force. It's awesome.
Do not. You are not allowed to hunt the animals.
No, do not hunt them. Man, it's like you're on a SEAL team.
Yes. That is like the ultimate poaching right there. That would be bad.
There you go. Peyton Turner says the boardwalk. You can enjoy the atmosphere of the boardwalk, or you can walk that entire path between Hollywood Studios and Epcot. That path is usually quiet at night, or you can enter World Showcase.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Great. I like that. That's a great entry to Epcot over there, International Gateway.
That's right.
Jody Rose Blows
yeah,
says a bit of a different one. This is different. The Four Seasons Resort at Walt Disney World is just beautiful. She says, I might be a bit biased as I just got married there 3 weeks ago.
I was going to say, that's the Jody Rose.
Jody, congratulations.
That's awesome.
Wow.
I believe she comes from a land down under, if I'm correct.
I think that's, I think that means they're still, honeymooners.
I think it does.
3 weeks ago.
How wonderful is that?
Congratulations. That's awesome.
We would have performed the ceremony had we been asked. Although we're not qualified, so that was probably a good call on your part.
All right. You have just thrown down the gauntlet.
Uh-oh.
And it's not the Infinity Wars gauntlet. This is a good one. I think we should become, ordained ministers.
You think so?
I think we should.
Oh.
Listen, folks, forget the Disney wedding. We'll do it for you.
There you go.
How about that? I think we should do that.
The exchanging pins.
No, I'm curious. Who would do that?
If you're curious, let us know. It's something we need to look into. You start Googling that, by the way, while I read this here. Martha Johnson says, we haven't stayed at all of them yet, but based on our experience, probably Fort Wilderness. Martha, there's nothing wrong with Fort Wilderness at all.
Not at all. Not at all. And we're going to wrap up with Karen Ellis for this part. Karen says Coronado.
Yeah.
Dinner at a table by the lake at sunset and a walk along the water.
I'll tell you, kudos to Karen and Monica for thinking of Coronado.
Yeah. Coronado's a beautiful resort. It really is a nice resort.
I think once the tower opens up and we get a whole bunch of other people staying there.
Yeah.
To try out the tower, and it's going to get much more word of mouth than it's getting right now.
There you go.
Excellent.
So there you go. That's from Looper Nation, your favorite Disney resort to walk around at night. And we're going to have part 2 coming up on the next episode. You guys are pretty much nailing it. We're going to find out if some of those that I thought were going to be on the list end up showing up. I don't know. I mean, I do know it. That's called.
You do know. You do know.
I read ahead. Tim,
yes,
that
Bob.
is all I've got.
Oh, that was awesome. I love hearing from Looper Nation. Everybody, I'm Tim Scott. Facebook, Twitter, the website, ResortLoop.com. If you're thinking of taking a trip, maybe a wedding trip, ResortLoopTravel.com.
And we will look into becoming ordained ministers for that wedding trip. And don't forget to check us out on YouTube. And what else should folks do, Tim?
Everyone go out there and share the gateway to the magic.
See you, everybody.
See you, my son.
No.
No. Vacation memories will stay with you and your family for a lifetime. The Resort Loop Travel Group was created with this in mind. Our fee-free services will relieve you of the stress and confusion of finding and booking the best vacation at the best price. After booking, we will continue to monitor for ways to save you even more on your vacation. We will check for any upcoming packages and discounts to save you as many vacation dollars as possible. Resort Loop Travel Group, gateway to your magical vacation memories. Get a quote, or for more information, visit ResortLoop.com.